Our Second Amendment offers us declares for us that we have the right to bear arms. I think some people only hear that it says that. You may know that it also says in the beginning that there is a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, the Supreme Court in recent decisions has decided 5-4 that the individual right to bear arms is preeminent, whereas the community, the other 4 justices said this is a communal right, that communities would form militias. There's still a debate going on. It's 5-4. We're not unanimous in our view about what this right means.
The right to keep and bear arms, like every other right enshrined in the Constitution, is not absolute. It is subject to limitations. Your right to free speech is subject to limitations. Your right to bear arms is subject to limitations. Your right to be free from searches and seizures is subject to limitations. And so the question boils down to what limitations are allowed.
I recognize there's a delicate balance between the right to own firearms, the regulation of firearms, and the banning of certain firearms. While this has caused strong responses on both sides, I know that anytime we come together, like we are tonight, to talk to one another and to listen to one another, we often find that we are not that far apart, which gets us closer to solutions.
Mental illness, the funds have been cut for mental illness. That's a part of that I would like to see put in the gun permit portion of it. When you go obtain your gun permit, and it may be in there, I really don't know, but I'd like to see it in there. When you get your gun permit, take the fingerprint, so that fingerprint goes along with that gun permit. So there's a lot of options out there that we can put into place to gain some control of this. I call it an epidemic that's going around in our country with guns.
You mentioned mental illness, but I contend that there's some other things that are going on in society that are causing things to get a little bit more violent. Just in Raleigh last week, we had a high-profile homicide. It was done with a knife. So there are just so many issues that are involved in violence, and I think it's great to be able to open up a dialogue and talk about all of the issues, because I don't think you can pin the violence that's going on in society right now on any one thing. I think it's a multitude of things.